Hello traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. Alright, so September has finished and we have a new month of October ahead of us, and this is also the end of the third quarter and the start of the fourth quarter, which means that we can take a look at the monthly candle, the high, the low, the close, and the body itself. And we see with the euro dollar monthly candle that it's a doji and that we have basically indecision at this point. It is with the high and the low in the 21 EMA, so it's typical range territory as we had before. Here you can see this was August, this was June, and July was also very rangy and sideways. So we're waiting for a break. I think that in this case, let's zoom into lower time frames to get a little bit more info. I think we had a good run up here, with good bullish momentum as we were expecting, but I think that that's just a wave A. As you can see, the wave A went back into 21 EMA. And now we're getting a bounce because we have engulfing twins on the weekly chart, right? That could indicate a little bit of a downside next week. So what could be the target? I think this level might be the bouncing spot because of that potential, as we already discussed, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, with here a left shoulder like this being the head, and here being potential right shoulder like this, and that of course could then send the price back up for a wave C. As you can see, clearly 5 waves to the downside, and you can see that wave 3 broke away from the 21 EMA as we already indicated in our course. Wave 4 bounced at it, and then 5 moved away from it again, creating divergence. Wave A typically goes to the 21 EMA, bounces off of it, roughly in that zone, and then should break above it if it is a wave C. All right. So, I mean, there is a potential that this is an ABC itself, and the downtrend is ready, but I don't think that that is the most likely path of least resistance for 2 reasons. First of all, it was only a 38.2 fib. That's quite shallow for a wave B. It's possible, it's the minimum for a zigzag, but I would say that 50 and 61.8 are just a tad slightly more likely. Secondly is the time pattern, time factor, which indicates that here we had a pretty big 5 waves, and this is a pretty small ABC. So I think an ABC and another ABC from a time perspective would fit better from this structure and this pattern. All right, so that's why I favor that. Let's take a look at the daily chart. All right, so we're looking for price to move down to basically the 61.8 fib. As you can see, there's a confluence. There's the head and shoulders level and the 115 round level, and also our 61.8 golden ratio. We've had a pretty strong downside. We had some indecision here, got a fractal, and then price fell downwards. Let's get rid of this for a second. At the long-term moving average as well, and on a 4-hour chart, you can see that, as we already indicated, that there was a triangle break up, was an uptrend continuation to the 5th Wiz level. We didn't get it. We got a break to the downside. This is looking like a strong wave 3 for the moment. So what I'm expecting is a flag, a break of that flag for wave 5 to complete that wave A we talked about. Then we're going to have a wave B basically that can go up to, for instance, this level, like that, make a head and shoulders there as well, this being left shoulder, this being head, this being right shoulder, and then down again. We can put a fib from here to here on those 5 waves. This is not completed probably. I expect a lower low maybe at 115.50, something like that. So I expect sideways, a lower low, then 3 waves up. Where can those 3 waves up go? For instance, the 38, down to maybe halfway, and then up again to the 61.8, and then down again for a wave 3, or C, sorry, excuse me. This being A, this being B, and down for C. Within red B, of course, there's 3 waves again, A, B, C, and within red A, we had wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go back to the daily because I want to show you the context. So if we have 5 waves finished here, right, and then we expect ABC up, and then we expect 5 waves down again to the minus 272 target, like this, and then we expect again a 3 wave up like that. That's the overall context that you have to keep in mind. This is what I think is the path of least resistance. So do I know for sure that price will do this? No, obviously not. But for me, decision zones are 115.50. For me, decision zone is here at 117. That's this one, 117.25 right here, and obviously 114.75 and 115 right here. So those three are key decision zones, because if price moves at those spots as I expect, then there's a good chance we might get exactly or roughly this kind of up and down. There's a potential for many head and shoulders here in this corrective zone and consolidation zone. One being here, basically. Let me use a different color. One being here. This is a potential head and shoulders. This is a potential head and shoulders. And this is a potential head and shoulders, right? Three. One on the lower time frame, and then one here, and then one here. All within this big consolidation zone. So let's go back to 1 hour chart. Let me get rid of this. There we go. And you can see that this is probably wave 3 because price has moved away from the 21 EMA so diligently, so fast, and has stayed. All those candles have not hit the 21 EMA except here, basically. So this is the moment where I expect a wave 4. I think that price might dip down, continue to go like this. MACD might make a move up like that, and then we'll see a break of that flag, I think, for one more wave 5. That's what I'm expecting. And then we'll expect, as I already mentioned, the 3-wave up like this. All right. The 3-wave up will be an ABC probably, and head back to the 21 EMA and bounce off of it and then break above it to get to the head and shoulders level. Roughly speaking, this is what I'm expecting for the euro. All right, the pound dollar. Let's move on. The pound dollar looks like it completed a wave 5 right here. We had trend lines like this indicating the break of the flag. And that's what happened. All right, so we had a kind of a rising wedge here for wave 4, deep wave 4, but looks like it was wave 4, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To complete the wave 1, I think, and up it can go for a wave 2, ABC like this, and then down for wave 3. Now, is this wave 1 finished? Let's take a look. It looks like this could be still a wave 3, and that price might break one more lower low for a wave 5. Within this wave 5, there could be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5, right? So I think that that's definitely possible. Just like the euro dollar, it might make some triangle here and then break that triangle for another wave 5. Let's put the fib from here to here. All right, and a bouncing spot, typical bouncing spot for wave 4 is the 38 fib. So that's what it roughly did, but it could maybe retest that area again or just make a triangle perhaps like this, right, and then break to the downside. 50 fib is also okay, 130.82, sorry, 130.88, but not more than the 50 fib. That would be the last kind of retracement I would expect, because if it breaks above the 50 fib, then especially the 61.8, then it's not looking like a wave 4 anymore. All right. So that's something we got to keep in mind with regard to the wave 4 of 5. If we go down to the 4-hour chart, if this is a 5-wave completed like this, all right, then we would expect eventually price to make a, wave 1 and 2. So let's say that price still makes a lower low and goes to 129.50 like this. We'll put the fib back, we'll put it on the low obviously. And then that's wave 1. Then we expect a 3-wave like this to maybe the 61.8 for wave 2. And then downside for wave 3. Down to the minus 272 target, minus 61.8 target, and perhaps even lower. All right. Now, if price doesn't get down here, just, we said that 130 is the target. It actually hit 130 precisely. How would if price starts to bounce right here? Well, then we'll put the fib from here to here, obviously. And we will expect price to move up to the 38. Down to the 50 fib if you put it from here to here, and then up to the 61.8, bouncing spot again for more downside, like this. All right? And then, of course, once price gets into a wave 3, that could be very impulsive. Price could move away from the 144 EMA, which is really where you have the best pieces of, wave 3s and wave Cs, and the best momentum is when price moves away and pulls away, like here, for instance, like this part, or even here, right? Even this part, we had some good trades as price showed strong momentum. The most dangerous parts are always around here, around that 144 EMA, as price makes a lot of consolidations and corrective zones. If you're curious about more info, how we tackle the markets, how we analyze it, there's a SWOT course that we have out there. You can find it on elitecurrency.com. it's actually temporarily discounted if you open up an account with one of our partner brokers, XM. XM broker is very known. We partnered up with them for a seminar in Slovenia, and we're trading with them on our own accounts as well. So check it out. There's a good deal possible there. So XM is sponsoring our education for XM traders, basically. So check it out, and hope that you will learn from the SWOT course and improve your trading. All right. Wish you all good trading in any case, and see y'all very soon. Cheers.